Even worse, the Italian army was poorly trained and poorly led. The soldiers were brave, sure, but bravery doesn't get you far when your generals are stuck in World War I tactics. Mussolini himself deserves a gold medal in overestimating his own abilities. He declared war on Britain and France in June 1940, right after France was defeated by Germany. Mussolini thought it would be a quick victory. He even bragged that Italy only needed a few thousand dead to earn a place at the negotiating table. Spoiler, it wasn't quick, and Italy didn't just get a few thousand dead. Mussolini's decision to join the war was based more on ego than strategy. Italy wasn't ready, but he didn't want to miss out on the spoils of victory alongside his buddy Adolf Hitler. What could go wrong? Turns out, everything. One of Mussolini's most embarrassing moments came in 1940 when he decided to invade Greece. He expected an easy win, thinking, hey, we're Italy and they're Greece. This'll be a walk in the park. But the Greeks didn't get the memo. They fought back with everything they had, pushing the Italians out and even invading Italian-controlled Albania. Mussolini had to call Hitler for help, and the Germans had to bail Italy out in 1941. You know it's bad when your more competent, very annoyed ally has to stop their plans to clean up your mess. Meanwhile, in North Africa, Italy was tasked with controlling the region. Mussolini dreamed of dominating Egypt and capturing the Suez Canal, a critical Allied supply route. But instead of marching triumphantly through Cairo, the Italians got steamrolled by a much smaller British force. Seriously, at one point, a British army of just 36,000 men defeated 150,000 Italians. Ouch. Italy's commander, Marshal Graziani, hesitated to attack and seemed more interested in maintaining his title than leading a successful campaign. The British took advantage of this, launching a counteroffensive that sent the Italians packing. By this point, Hitler must have been wondering why he ever partnered with Mussolini. Time and time again, German forces had to step in and rescue Italy, whether it was in Greece, North Africa, or even Italy itself. Hitler famously described Italy as a burden and often complained about Mussolini's incompetence. And let's be honest, he wasn't wrong. By 1943, Italy's war effort was in shambles. Allied forces invaded Sicily in July, and it didn't take long for Mussolini's own people to turn against him. He was ousted from power, arrested, and replaced by a new government that quickly began negotiating peace with the Allies. Italy officially surrendered in September 1943, and the country descended into chaos. The Germans occupied the northern half, while the Allies advanced from the south. Italy became a battleground, with Italian partisans fighting both the Germans and Mussolini's puppet government. So, why did Italy perform so poorly in World War II? It boils down to a few key reasons. Poor preparation. Italy simply wasn't ready for a modern war. Their equipment and economy couldn't match the demands of global conflict. Weak leadership. Mussolini's overconfidence and poor strategic planning doomed Italy from the start. Overextension. Italy bit off more than it could chew, invading multiple countries without the resources to back it up. Allied weakness. Let's not forget that Italy's ally, Germany, often treated them as a junior partner, which led to strained coordination and resentment. Italy's role in World War II is often remembered more for its failures than its successes, but it's a fascinating story, a cautionary tale of how overconfidence, poor planning, and bad leadership can turn grand ambitions into historic blunders. And yet Italy's post-war recovery is a testament to its resilience. After the war, Italy transformed into a democratic republic and eventually became one of the world's leading economies. So, while Mussolini's dream of empire was a failure, Italy's ability to bounce back is a story worth celebrating. So, what do you think? Was Mussolini just the world's worst military gambler, or was Italy doomed from the start? Let me know in the comments. And hey, don't make the same mistake Mussolini did. Plan ahead. Start by hitting that subscribe button for more historical deep dives, mishaps, and lessons learned. Italy in World War II, bold dreams of empire, flashy uniforms, and a military record that made even their allies facepalm. So, what went wrong? How did Mussolini's grand ambitions end up as one of the most infamous flops in history? Let's dig into the spaghetti tangle that was Italy in ww2. In the late 1930s, Benito Mussolini had a vision. He wanted to revive the glory of ancient Rome, expand Italy's territory, and make the Mediterranean an Italian lake. Mare Nostrum, as he called it. Think Julius Caesar, but with more speeches and less competence. On paper, Italy seemed ready. They had an army, a navy, and an air force. They even had Mussolini, strutting around like he was the next Napoleon. But paper armies don't win wars, and Italy was about to prove that in spectacular fashion. Here's the thing, Italy's military was not ready for a world war. Their tanks, outdated and lightly armored. Their planes, slower than most Allied models. And their navy, big, yes, but poorly coordinated. Imagine showing up to a Formula One race in a Fiat Panda. That was Italy in World War II. And it wasn't just the equipment. Italy's economy was weak, with limited industrial capacity. Unlike Germany or the US, they couldn't churn out weapons and vehicles at the pace needed for modern warfare.